Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint.
Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 278. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is where there's traffic, there's money. Keys to getting organic traffic. Where there's traffic, there's money. Keys to getting organic traffic. So if you are an entrepreneur, you know that you're in a fight for people's eyeballs and attention. So if you don't get traffic, that means you're not going to be able to sell your products and or services. And it doesn't matter if you are a physical walk-in location. If there's no walk-in traffic, guess what? You're not selling anything. Or if you're an e-commerce brand or e-commerce business, if you don't have traffic, guys, you're not going to be able to sell your products and or your services. And when that happens, guess what? You're out of business. So we're going to be talking about that on today's episode. But before we jump into the episode, I just want to share a few quick things with the BEB family. First and foremost, I want to welcome any first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to give you a list of my resources, including my new book, A New Black Wall Street, and also several platforms that help us circulate the Black dollar worldwide. Also, I will be giving out all my social media contact information, so please connect with me on all the platforms. Before we start today's episode, guys, I do want to share something very important with you guys and very special. You guys know that Black Entrepreneur Blueprint is all about building an economic power base in the Black community. But even deeper than that, it's really about service, because I truly believe in my heart that we're all put here to serve in some form or fashion. And while I was out in Detroit about a month and a half, 2 months ago during my book tour, I was blessed to be able to meet some great BEB family members, young brothers and sisters out there. And I had a ball while I was out there. One of the young ladies that I connected with texted me the other day, and she's having an event. And if you're in the Detroit area, please go out and support this event. And you can also support it by mailing in coats too. So the event is called Coats, Casinos, and Karaoke from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday, November 22nd at the Adams Butzel Recreation Center. And it's keeping our sons and daughters warm in the D. So basically, family, what they're looking to do is raise money to buy coats for underprivileged children in Detroit. Now, if you're in the D area, please go check it out. Once again, Friday, November 22nd, Coats, Casinos, and Karaoke, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Adams Butzel Recreation Center, keeping our sons and daughters warm in the D. So there'll be karaoke, blackjack tables, poker, all types of concessions available and things of that nature. So if you need to connect with Tammy, you can email her at tawburrell68@gmail.com. tawburrell68@gmail.com. That's TAW, and Burrell is spelled BURRELL 68@gmail.com. Now, if you're not able to attend and you still want to support, you can also ship one new coat to Adams Butzel Recreation Center, care of Tammy A. Willoughby Burrell, Advisory Council President, 10500 Linden, Detroit, Michigan, 48238. Once again, and I'll have this on my website too. All right, you can ship one new coat, Coats for Kids, Adams Butzel Rec Center, care of Tammy A. Willoughby Burrell, Advisory Council President, 10500 Linden, Detroit, Michigan, 48238. And that's Friday, November 22nd for the live event if you're in the D. But you can send a coat from anywhere, in any part of the country or the world to help clothe and get coats for kids in the Detroit area. So once again, guys, this is about entrepreneurship and making money. But the bottom line is it's all about service. So please, if you can support this initiative, please do so. All right, guys, let's get ready for today's show. Where there's traffic, there's money, ways to getting organic traffic. As I said in the intro, family, you can't sell your product or service if you don't have traffic. If you can't sell your product or service, what does that mean? That means you're going to go out of business. Okay? A retail store, they need foot traffic to sell. If you're an online store, if you sell online, you're going to need online traffic. Now, there's two types of traffic. There's paid traffic and organic traffic. Paid traffic is exactly what it sounds like. You're paying to get traffic. That could be a Facebook ad, YouTube ad, Google ads, native advertising. But what you're doing, you're getting in front of the traffic. Okay? So that's what you're doing. You're paying to drive that traffic to your site or to your location, if it's a physical location or what. And you also have organic traffic, which usually comes from quality content and SEO. All right, search engine optimization. So if you post enough and you put up enough content, then you'll get indexed by Google and you can get organic traffic. Okay. If you have a social media following, okay, obviously that can be organic traffic to your social media handles, or you can direct it to your website. So organic traffic, the pro to organic traffic is it doesn't cost anything. Okay. So you're creating content quality content that drives people to your website or wherever you want them to go, or to your physical restaurant or your physical location. So organic traffic. The problem with many businesses is that when you're selling, especially a physical product or products, if you don't put in the margin that you need for advertising, paid traffic to drive traffic to your site or to your store, then if the numbers don't work, if you don't have the margins, that means you're going to be going out of business, or you're going to be spending too much money on advertising to be profitable. So if you can get business and customers without spending money, then there's nothing better than that, obviously, right? Because you want organic traffic. And also, guys, if you hear a little noise in the background, they're doing some construction. I'm actually recording this in my home office today, but they're doing some construction on the house next door. So I apologize if you hear some noise and it's not as quiet as it normally is. But yeah, so you want to get as much organic traffic as possible. So, for example, with my e-commerce products, I always try to have a markup of 4 or 5 or even 6 times the cost of the product that will allow me the margins to advertise. Okay? Because if you don't advertise, or if you don't get that traffic organically, then you're not going to be able to sell your product and or services. Okay? So once again, there's 2 types of traffic: paid traffic and organic traffic. Now, I am going to touch on paid traffic briefly. Facebook advertising, everybody does that. So what happens when you start doing something a lot? It's a supply and demand, right? So Facebook advertising, the cost now versus 3-4 years ago has increased tremendously. So before you could run maybe a keyword ad or whatever, and it only cost you 25 cents. Now it may cost you 85 cents. So Facebook advertising, for paid advertising, the trend on the pricing is going up. Google advertising is funny. A lot of people don't use Google advertising, but that is a great way to drive paid traffic. YouTube advertising is big right now. Very big, and it's actually it's not infancy, but the cost per click, usually, depending upon your keywords now, is usually a little cheaper than Facebook. And also there's native advertising, and I mentioned native advertising before, and to me that's one of the best forms of advertising, because what it does is it subconsciously makes people read content that has your product or service embedded in the content. And I'm actually going to be doing a solo show on native advertising shortly, because that's something that a lot of people don't take advantage of. So if you're ever reading like CNN.com, MSNBC, even if you go on AOL or whatever, and you'll see stories and things, and it may say paid content or sponsored or whatever, but their stories or their links embedded in regular sites. It could be ESPN.com, CNN, MSNBC, Time Inc., and all of that stuff. There'll be embedded stories or links, and it'll look just like what they're doing on that site. So, for example, with a CNN article, if there's a square picture and a caption, your advertising will be the same thing. It could be a square picture and a caption. So when you start looking at these sites, start looking for sponsored. You'll probably see the word sponsored or paid in either the top corner or one of the bottom corners. And so what that's telling you is that this is an ad, even though it looks like it's content, it's native. It's native into the format that it's in. So it's not going to stick out like a banner ad. So that's what native advertising is. And so if you're on ESPN.com and you have your native ad on there and you're selling some type of fitness product, which obviously would coincide with ESPN because most people there obviously are there for some type of sports information. Now they click on it and they're taken to anywhere you want them to go. It could be to your link for your product on Amazon. It could be a blog post. It could be a sales page or whatever. But native advertising is very big. So the two biggest platforms for native advertising are Outbrain, OUTBRAIN.com, and Taboola, TABOOLA.com. Now, they are actually in the process of merging, and I believe Taboola is buying Outbrain. But you can go to either one of those and you can research native advertising. And as opposed to being overt, all up in your face trying to get you to buy something, it's more of a covert way to sell or gather information about a product. So if you ever go to the site Mashable, Mashable, Mashable or TechCrunch, TechCrunch, TechCrunch or Mashable, most of the links on there will take you to products outside of those websites. And so those are like native ads that you'll see there. But just go through CNN.com and MSNBC.com and you'll see the sponsored or paid advertising. That's native advertising. And I just want you guys to understand the difference between paid, obviously, and organic. So the key is you usually want to get as much organic traffic as you can. Why? Once again, because it's free. So if you build up a site, then you can actually get that organic content. And there's different ways for you to create content. And we're going to talk about 4 ways for you to help create content, because the only way you're going to get organic traffic is with quality content. Quality content gets you quality traffic. Remember that. Quality content gets you quality traffic. Now, when I say quality, that's a relative term. Okay, so if you look at a site like MediaTakeout.com, right? MTOnews.com, Media Takeout. The stuff on there is gossip. It's black gossip, right? But it gets a ton of traction because that's what people are there for. And so it'll have links and different ads and stuff that'll pop up. But once again, that content draws the type of person that they want. So without that content, you don't really see Media Takeout advertising, right? What you see basically is them creating content. So let me share 4 ways that you can create quality content to actually provide you with quality traffic, okay? Organic traffic, and that's the key, organic traffic. All right, family, the first way to create quality content to get quality traffic is you can use a system like documenting the process. Document the process of something. It could be a written, audio, or visual documentation. So, for example, if you're on a weight loss journey, you can document that process. Say you want to do a video. So you take the initial video. This is what I weigh right now. And this is what I look at. And over a period of weeks, months, or whatever, you can actually show yourself going through that process of hitting the gym, eating healthy or whatever, but documenting the process. Very simple and easy way to create content, quality content directed to your prospective customers. All right. Document the process. All right. Number 2, you can reteach, diagnose, or give commentary to something that you've either read, you've seen, or whatever. So, for example, the episode I did about commentary on Byron Allen's episode on The Breakfast Club, all I did was I played the actual interview and then I gave a commentary, what I thought about the actual episode and what the content of the episode was. So number 2 is you can reteach, diagnose, or give commentary to help create quality content. And you can do that with anything. You can read a chapter in a book and you can diagnose that, explain that. So how many of you guys watch the TV show Power, right? So there's a couple of cats out there with crazy followings that actually diagnose every episode of Power. And they've got tens of thousands of followers on YouTube. All right. So all that is reteaching, diagnosing, or giving commentary on something that already happened. Okay. That's way number 2. Way number 3 is teach something. Okay. So if you want to create content, teach people how to do something. For example, your teaching could be via video, your teaching could be via audio, and your teaching could be via written word. So you can teach something in a blog post. You can create a YouTube video. How many of you go on YouTube right now and figure out how to find how to do something? I was on there the other day. I was doing something with my garage door. I had to fix that. So I went on YouTube. Somebody was teaching how to do or fix a garage door on YouTube. So you can teach something. And the 4th way to get content, which to me I think is probably one of the best ways, is curate content. And I talked about this on my webinar, BEBwebsitemoney.com. So if you're interested in learning more about curating content and building a website without having to create the content yourself and monetizing it, go ahead and check out BEBwebsitemoney.com, BEBwebsitemoney.com. And really, it's content curation. And what content curation is, it's pulling together content from various sources and putting it in one location. So if you go to an art museum, okay, the art museum doesn't create the content. What they do is they curate the content. They bring all the content into one location. And now when you go into the art museum, you're looking at the content that's been curated. So when you hear the term curator of a museum, that's exactly what they do. And you can curate your own content on a website. So, for example, if you're big into college football, right? The SEC, Southeastern Conference, with Alabama and all the LSU and a lot of the major teams out there, you can create a content site, a website about SEC football. Okay. If you like to sew or crochet, you can create a content site about sewing or crocheting. You're not writing the articles, but what you're doing is you're searching and you're finding relevant articles and you're bringing them all into one place. Okay. I use an app when I read my news called Flipboard. And really that's a content curation app. So I put in the different topics that I'm interested in. And every day when I go to read my Flipboard, I have different stories that come from different places. They could come from different magazine, news sources, or whatever. So curate content is the 4th way. Now, I talked about on the other episode, there's a site called thisiswhyI'mbroke.com. ThisiswhyI'mbroke.com. And all it is gadgets and products that this guy highlights, and people go to that site to see the stuff that he's talking about. And this site where he creates none of this stuff, he makes over $20,000 a month from affiliate sales from those products. Okay, so that's content curation. Once again, if you want to learn more about content curation, I have a free webinar. Just go to BEBwebsitemoney.com, BEBwebsitemoney.com. So what we're talking about today, where there's traffic, there's money. ways to getting organic traffic. You can always pay for traffic. You're going to do that anyway. The thing with paid traffic is you can control that. You have enough money and you have the offer that makes sense where you're going to be profitable. You can always pay for pay for traffic. So if you're running a website or you're selling a product or a service, you have a store or a pizza shop or whatever, you can always pay for traffic. You don't have to worry about that. But if you're creative enough and you have quality content, you can create and get organic traffic that's going to give you quality traffic based on whatever market segment that you're attacking. All right. And today's show isn't going to be long, family, because I want to get straight to the point. And I want you to understand that this is all about eyeballs. OK, ears, eyeballs, whatever. People have to know that you're out there in order to serve them. Right. If people don't know that you're out there, guess what? You can't serve them with your products and or services. So paid traffic is good. I use paid traffic all the time for my Amazon products and all my other stuff. Okay. But organic traffic is even better. So take an example to the podcast, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. A lot of my traffic is organic traffic. I don't pay to advertise my podcast. Okay. It's organic. It has grown over the 5+ years that I've been doing this consistently every Monday morning, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're going to get new heat from Jay Jones, right? So that's organic traffic. Okay, I don't advertise the site anywhere, but that's what you really need to do, okay? So we're talking about where there's traffic, there's money, ways to getting organic traffic. And I'm just going to recap real quick. Number one, document the process. Okay, it could be written, audio, or visual. It could be a weight loss process. It could be getting in shape process. It could be the process of how to crochet a blanket process. Whatever it is, document the process. An easy way to create content. Very easy way to create content. Reteach, diagnose, or give commentary on a specific event. It could be a TV show. We talked about the people that do the commentary on Power. Okay. You could read a chapter in a book. Okay. And here's a very simple way. If you have a website or whatever, even a podcast, you can get content. You could read a chapter in a book every week and break that chapter down. You can reteach it, diagnosis, or give commentary. Very simple way to create content. Remember, content is king, guys. Content is king. You need quality content to get quality traffic. Way number 3 is teach something. Okay. You want to teach something to get or put out quality content. Once again, YouTube is like the king of teaching. Everybody goes on to YouTube to try to find out how to do something. So teach something, quality content. And number 4, and to me, one of the best ways is curate content because you don't have to create it. Okay. You can do a commentary. You can curate the content and do a commentary on it or diagnose the content, but you're not actually creating the content. And once again, if you want to go to a free webinar that breaks it down even more in the monetization aspect of it, go to bebwebsitemoney.com. And the webinar is running all the time, periodically. Just go to bebwebsitemoney.com and it will give you an opportunity to register for that. And it's free. Okay. So once again, family, we're in a battle every day as entrepreneurs to procure customers. And I always talk about, number one, building your database and all that good stuff. But if you don't have traffic, you're not going to even be able to build your database. You need traffic to go to your lead magnet to get leads. So you can pay for that traffic and or you can get organic traffic. So when you wonder why you're not selling something, right? Let's take that back for a minute. Let's picture yourself. You're opening up a new store, right? So Starbucks has the philosophy when they open up a store, they're going to be on the corner of Main and Main, right? Basically what they're saying is they're going to be on the corners of high traffic locations because they understand that without the traffic, there's no business, there's no sales, right? So anytime you see a Starbucks, they take the precaution, they're measured where they place their stores. You don't really see Starbucks advertise much on TV and all of that stuff because there's so many of them. So the philosophy is we place our stores at the corner of Main and Main, meaning at high traffic intersections and locations. And that's the bottom line. If you don't have the traffic, guys, you don't have the money. And it could be physical foot traffic or it could be online traffic. So a lot of times we wonder why our product or service or whatever, we can't sell it. Do you have enough traffic? Do you have the right traffic? Okay. Do you have the right traffic? And that all comes on about positioning, marketing, understanding who your prospects are. If you don't understand that, you're not going to be successful. But the first thing you need to do is you got to get the traffic. So today's show, family, is where there's traffic, there's money. Keys to getting organic traffic. Once again, organic traffic is traffic that is free. Paid traffic, obviously, is what it is, paid traffic. The benefit of organic traffic is that it doesn't cost you any money. So anything that you profit from that is straight gravy. The benefit of paid traffic is you can control paid traffic. You can pay for as much paid traffic as you want all day, every day. The thing that you have to consider is it profitable? What's your return on investment? Are you going to spend $1,000 a day to make $100 a day? Probably not. You keep doing that, guess what? It's a wrap. You out of business, right? So it's all about being smart, systematic, and building margins. Now, I use organic traffic and paid traffic. But my objective is to get my organic traffic to the point where I don't necessarily need paid traffic. Now, I don't know if that'll ever be the case because paid traffic, once again, you can control that. So that's today's show, family. Now, before we wrap on up, a couple real quick things. Let me give you my resources. Now, you can get all of this information at bebconnect.com, bebconnect.com, and it will have everything I'm about to talk about. But my new book is out, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. So if you're looking to build a successful, sustainable e-commerce business, go to anewblackwallstreet.com. Pick yourself up a copy. The physical copy is $14.95 plus shipping and handling. The digital version is $9.95, and it's been updated with some bonus chapters and a fast start guide. Now, if you need more help building your successful, sustainable e-commerce business, I've created a compatible online course titled educatedecommerce.com. Educatedecommerce.com. Just go to the site and enroll. Now, if you need to talk about, which we always talk about, circulating the black dollar worldwide, I created 2 platforms. If you are a product producer, black product producer, connect with black consumers, you can go to besmartbyblack.com, upload your products. They are free to upload, and you can connect with black consumers worldwide. Now, if you are a freelancer, if you do stuff on Fiverr or freelancer.com, I created a platform for you called hireblackfreelancers.com, HIRE blackfreelancers.com. Upload your contact information and you can connect with black consumers and black business owners that are looking to hire black freelancers. Also, if you need to request me to come out and speak, you can go to bookjjones.com, fill out a short form, and I'll get right back to you. So if you're an organization, college, university, school, high school, whatever, bookjjones.com. Once again, all of this can be found at bebconnect.com. All of that stuff is there for you. Before I give out my social media contact information, I say this each and every week, and I mean it. The show grows and grows with more downloads each and every week, and that's attributed specifically to you guys, the BEB family. I appreciate you guys. Please continue to spread the word about the podcast and the blog and about all the other stuff and platforms that we have here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Thank you so much. All right, now, my social media contact information. If you want to connect with me via email, anything long, hit me at jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. That's JAYJONES, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Connect with me there. Twitter, jjones001, JAYJONES001. Instagram, hit me on Instagram, jjones4real. That's JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. YouTube family, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have additional content that comes out. Yes, the show comes out on YouTube, but I have additional content that comes out on there too. So go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, and just hit the subscribe button. If you want to be included on the BEB text line for special notifications and reminders and special events, text BEB to 555-888. BEB to 555-888. LinkedIn, just go to LinkedIn, look for J. Jones Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. If you want to book me once again for university, college, organization, book tour, school, high school, whatever, go to bookjjones.com, fill out the short form. I'll get right back to you. And once again, guys, all of this stuff is under bebconnect.com. BEB Connect, which is part of the website. It'll have the latest podcast episode on there, and all of this contact information and resources. Also, one last reminder, if you are in the Detroit area, family, don't miss it. Friday, November 22nd, Coats Casinos and Karaoke from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Adams Butzel Recreation Center, keeping our sons and daughters warm in the D. Trying to raise money, guys, for Coats for Kids. If you live outside of the Detroit area, you can still participate. All you have to do is send one new coat to Adams Butzel Recreation Center, care of Tammy A. Willoughby Burrell, Advisory Council President 10500, Linden, Detroit, Michigan 48238. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.